Alright, what's good, y'all? It's ondrethekhan. You know what's going on. You tuned into the Khan TV. Right now it's about like 9:40, 9:45. I'm finally off of school. I got done with my portfolio I had to turn in today for the school newspaper. Finished that off. So, bro, I'm ready for summer. I'm all in. I'm really pumped out to get these videos out, man. To talk to y'all, to get this stuff really going and built off the ground. Lately, throughout the week, what's been really on my mind, as of lately, something that I've been thinking about, I think, honestly, ever since I was, like, little, really, honestly. But that's another story. But one thing I've been really thinking about is perspective. What I think how we analyze perspective and what we think of perspective is kind of different. And I think we also are kind of blind to our own perspective in a way. And I don't think people see how their perspective can be utilized or how can it be applied, you know? Without application, what can you really do with things? Things are just there. Things are just stationary. They're useless, you know? And I feel that's how a lot of kids, I keep saying kids, I feel like that's how a lot of, you know, young people are, at least in, you know, in my age range. I know there's probably like a lot of older people who are probably in the same boat, you know, stuck in dead-end jobs, not like doing what they're doing. But, you know, I wrote down like a little, this is my little whiteboard. I be writing. I don't write down everything. I just write down like little topics so that way I can stay on topic. But so the definition of perspective, I looked up on Merriam-Webster Dictionary, said a particular attitude toward or way of regarding something or your point of view. So I know that seems really like basic, like, yeah, Andre, duh. Point of view, perspectives, how I'm living. But I don't think we know the accumulation of our perspective. You know, since the time you left the womb to the time that you're breathing and living in this very moment of you actually watching this video, you've had a lot of different experiences. You've had a lot of thought changes. You had a lot of alterations to your life that made you shift your perspective, made you shift your point of view into a different point of view. What I'm saying is the point of view is like this funnel thing, and it's like boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? It's just torquing around everywhere. It's going everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You always got to reevaluate some things, you know. At least if you're like a person like me, I'm a person who really has to sit there and think about some things sometimes before I become even set and fixed in a perspective. But, you know, a lot of people don't know that from the time that we're in school to the people that we even just talk to on the regular, to the people who are in our circle, these people are part of the accumulation to our perspective, you know, like things that we've seen or things that we've done, they all play into who we are. And I think of perspective as like this, like vision, right? You know, like this thing, like just out there is like an eagle, I don't know, something. But that's how I think of it. And I think of it as like a vision, a unique vision that only you have. Only you have this perspective in this body. Like, you have to think, dude, you're only in this body. Like, you're only in this mind. Whatever you have, whatever you're in, this is like your suit. Y'all ever play Titanfall? You know? Titanfall is crazy. You just jump in like suits, like this video game, and you like run with this thing. You know what I mean? You're controlling it. You're doing things with it. And that's always trippy to me because I think like, dang, this is like my Titan. Like, this is my like suit that I'm in. You know, this is the cape I have to wear, is my flesh, my skin, the way I look, my parents, who my mom is, who my dad is, who their parents were, you know, I'm all coming down to this thing, you know. And I think we have a hard time understanding what our perspective can mean. And our perspective is, well, you know, our perspective is different. Some people's can be bad, some people's can be good, you know, whatever. But it's more about utilizing your perspective to place your worth into the world, you know what I'm saying? Show what you've been seeing, show what you've gone through, and show that it can be applied and that, you know, that can inspire something else. Because truthfully, a lot of people go through some. I remember talking to this one guy like a few weeks ago, you know, I'm not gonna put his business out there, but he told me like a lot of like unfortunate, like he got robbed, like something else happened to him, like he was in the hospital, like a lot of crazy things, you know. And I'm talking to him, he greeted me with a smile, like a dap, was like, what's good, man? My name is, you know, his name and everything. And I just want to say shout out to that guy real quick, because dude, that's a strong dude right there, you know what I'm saying? And as I was talking to him, like, and he has, I would really have to just get him on there, like, and just have a conversation with him, because he's just an amazing person, and he just has this You know, after all of this tragedy and things that he told me, he was just like, but yeah, man, you just gotta stay positive. Like, you know, like that's crazy. Like people going through death, seeing your homies get killed, or you know, getting put in the hospital, people getting robbed. You know, these like bad things happening to you can cause you to come out a certain way. So it's like, don't. It shows but it shows where your perspective can go, and it's really just only here about how you react to it, which I want to go into my next topic, which is about finding your perspective. I think in order to really become in tune with your perspective, like I said, it's like stop tapping out into things to find who you are, to find what you know what I'm saying? What you have to do is you have to really look in and hone down into who you are. You got to think about your experiences. You have to be aware of how you're reacting. You have to be aware of how you're living. You have to be aware of why you're doing things, like why are we on freaking why are we on like Instagram all day? You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I'm getting like a lot of notifications. That's annoying. Why are we on Instagram all day, but like looking at this and that, but we complaining that that we're not making no money, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and look around at your circle, man. Who's in your circle? You know what I mean? Like a lot of these people are putting like their own images, their own wants and desires into your head, and you don't even know it, bro. Like, I'm only 21, but when I was 18 to like 20, like I struggled with that a lot. Like, just listening to older dudes telling me things like, oh, this, that, whoopty whoop, like you gotta do this, and no, you should do that. Like when really I didn't even want to do that. That wasn't even cool for me, bro. And that's what I'm saying. You have to find a way to push out all this stuff that's cluttering your true perspective, but you have to do that by tapping into who you are. You have to become in one with yourself and become aware of what you do, what you eat, why you're eating it, how, who, what, how, why, when, where. You know what I'm saying? You got to be aware of all that. So that was just the one thing I think everybody in this life is missing, is a way to place their perspective in the world. Because the way I think of it, bro, is this like, I love Bruce Lee. Matter of fact, I'll show you guys right now. I got a Bruce Lee poster right next to my studio that I do music in. My camera's kind of broke, but you see it right there? Yeah, boy. Enter the Dragon, the mirror scene when he fought Dr. Han. Or no, Mr. Han, that's his name. He killed Jim Kelly. Some BS, but it's all right. Anyway, one thing Bruce Lee talks about is the oneness, and I think there is a lot of oneness to things, Like, there's this one thing, but then there's, like, the multiplicities of this thing. There's, like, a multitude of it. Like, I always tell people it's like a chair, Like, right now I'm sitting on, like, this, like whack, lawn chair I stole from the high school right next to my house. I was out there running one night, and I was just like, man, screw it. I just want this chair. I don't have a chair to just pull up and just, do my thing with. But anyway, what was I talking about again? Oh, yeah, the oneness. And, it's kind of like a chair. We have different chairs for, like, different reasons. Like, there's, like, lazy boys, you know what I'm saying? You got, like, these weird, like, interior design type, weird IKEA chairs, they all have different designs. So there's one thing, but there's variability. I was talking to my homie about this today. We were talking about iPhones. He was like, man, bro, like, oh, excuse me. That's gross. He was like, every time a new iPhone come out, mine start bugging. I was like, bro, yeah, me too. Mine start bugging too, and they make you, it's like, but I've been asking him, I was just like, yo, like, well, why you, you know what I'm saying? Like, why get that? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, you can just have an iPhone 4 or like an iPhone 5 or something. Like, speaking, I met people who have like iPhone 6s and the iPhone 10s out. I was like that for a while, and I stepped in and got me the red iPhone, bossing, but yeah, I think it comes down to variability, and just realizing that that's part of this whole thing. We all have like this one centered thing, bro. We all come from this one thing. But as we branch out and grow, we live in different households. We have different parents. We have different things influencing us every day. We react to things differently. We're built differently. And I think that's when you have to become set and aware that once you realize we're all like that, we're from this one thing, but we split off into this multitude of things, and we hone in on who we are as individuals, then your perspective can be applied. That's all I had to say. I'm about to wrap this up. It's like 10 minutes. I just wanted to get that off. Yeah, so, ondrethekhan, you watching ondrethekhan TV. I'm out. About to be making more YouTube videos soon. I'm on summer break. I'm on my bullshit. We back, grinding every day. That's it. I'll catch y'all later.